Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to go over the proactive cleaning and disinfection protocol. Our agenda today, we'll go through an introduction and a background. We'll talk about the cleaning protocol. We have embedded a video demonstration. We will review the protocol in detail, and then we'll go through for questions.
The proactive cleaning and disinfecting protocol. We're going to go over the background and scope of the work, the when, where, and why. The proactive, the suspected case, confirmed case situation. And when you have one of these situations, you're going to contact Brian Hammond to dispatch. So this procedure is intended to guide cleaning and disinfecting operations and should be viewed as best practices. It's not intended for sensitive areas of the facility, which are not normally subjected to janitorial services. Example like manufacturing areas, clean rooms, labs, and areas with large amounts of delicate equipment. Anyone using this protocol needs to comply with the World Health Organization, the Center for Disease Control, and OSHA.
So one thing we want to talk about with the protocol is the hierarchy of controls. You can see a more detailed hierarchy on the right, but for the purposes of this training, we're going to go through the three-level hierarchy of controls that comprise the administrative controls, environmental controls, and the PPE. The administrative controls are the first and most important level of this hierarchy. These are the management measures that are intended to reduce the risk of exposure. The environmental controls is the second level of the hierarchy and is use of environmental controls to prevent the spread of the infectious airborne droplets and reduce their concentration. And finally, throughout the program, we'll talk about the PPE we are to use. This is the last level in the hierarchy of controls.
So right now we're going to go over the contact surfaces and what the two types are. The high contact and low contact. High contact, disinfect frequently touched surfaces in the workplace multiple times a day. Refer to the CDC guidelines for approved cleaners and disinfectants. Maintain the safety data sheets for all disinfectants on site. Disinfect high traffic areas, for example, job site trailers, stair rails, meeting tables, coffee stations. The community surfaces, example like doorknobs, lobby doors, elevator buttons, security desks. You also want to touch the computer. You want to clean the computer keyboards, desk telephones. The cleaning staff should wear disposable nitrile gloves when cleaning and disinfecting areas. Gloves should be discarded after each cleaning. Wash hands with soap and water for 20 seconds immediately after gloves are removed. If surfaces are visibly dirty, they should be cleaned using a detergent or soap and water prior to disinfection. These surfaces may include desktops, phone receivers, keyboards, door handles, armrests on chairs. For cleaning and disinfecting of high contact surfaces, use soft, clean cloths liberally and replace the cloth once visible dirt and soiling has occurred. Do not use cleaning and disinfecting cloths interchangeably. Discard all cloths in a 6mm poly bag. Cleaning and disinfection of high contact surfaces should be performed in a manner starting from one starting point in a room and moving to the exit or transition point in the room. High contact surfaces will be cleaned and disinfected first in each room using a hand cleaning motion and ensuring all contact surfaces are touched without damaging electric components. For, like I said, keyboards, thermostats should be cleaning with a disinfectant cloth. If that cloth becomes excessive wet, discard the cloth and replace with a new unused cloth. This is a picture of the HSE approved electrostatic sprayer. That's also a picture of the Shockwave RTU. Those are both approved by us. If there's anyone using anything else other than that, they need to contact Brian Hammond or Kim Esposito to to get those approved. Right there's a diagram, kind of what I was talking about when you go into a space. You always want to work from the back of the room, indicated by the arrow in the number 1, and move to the other side. And you're constantly working yourself back to that exit. That electrostatic sprayer is for cleaning and disinfection of low contact and non-porous surfaces. May be performed using this sprayer and mister. It's great for flooring, walls, furniture, metal, ceramic, concrete, porcelain. Avoid liberal application of the spray to prevent damage to electronics. Some tips for use of the spray or the fogger machine: test the area or the surface of concern for damage and or bleaching. You want to open up all the cabinet drawers, desks, etc. Start in the furthest corner of the room, and you want to stand back about 6 to 10 feet away from where that spray is, and work from the back wall corner and hit the ceiling. Point the fogger at the furthest upper corner of the ceiling and turn it on. Leave a fine mist upon every surface in the building, including ceilings, walls, and furniture. And also spray that on the floor, working the fogger left to right and up and down as you slowly walk out of the area. And then at the end of it, you want to definitely unplug, disconnect that fogger. For soft surfaces, porous areas like fabrics and soft material, you want to remove visible contamination if any is present, and apply an aerosol spray of disinfectant solution to the fabric or soft material. Allow a minimum contact time of 10 minutes before applying air movement to evaporate or dabbing with cloth, soft cloth, to remove residual moisture. And what you're going to have next is some more, you're going to see in this video demonstration some more little tips about it, and you're going to see how it's used. So we can roll that.
Hi everyone, I just want to show everyone the Ryobi fogger that we're going to be using on some of our sites to self-clean. The first thing you'll see is I don't have the battery in. The trigger is super sensitive, so just make sure when you're walking to the space that you have to fog, that you keep your hand off that trigger. That's why I chose to do this. So when you're ready to go, you just plug it in. The fill line here, it shows that there's a max fill line. One of the recommendations from one of our laborers, Ed Payne, suggested to keep that down about 1/4 of an inch. The reason being, if it's filled up too much, it'll sputter. So you don't want that. You want a fine mist. That also happens if you tip the machine down. It will also sputter. So you want to always have that fine mist. The manufacturer says it goes about 15 feet. Seems a little less for me, just as I was doing some of it. But you want to keep that away from you. You never want to be under the spray when it comes out. You want to keep all the disinfectant off of you as much as possible. And you're looking for that fine mist on the areas, tables, and the dry time is around 10 minutes. Also, the dBs on this, we're in the warehouse, it's running about 90. So if you have a big space, you're definitely going to want to have hearing protection. So with that, I'll just give you a little demo on what it sounds like and what it looks like. So at the end, I don't know if you've noticed, I let go of the trigger. It seemed like the unit was still spraying for about 6-7 seconds afterwards. Just be mindful of that, that you don't pull the trigger and just start to move it. So get used to this, get acclimated with it, read the manufacturer's instructions, and we'll go into a little more detail about PPE and some other things. Thank you very much.
As we can see in the video, Brian talked a little bit about the PPE that we need to wear. Any of the staff that's doing the cleaning or disinfection must have the following PPE on. The medical nitrile gloves. These gloves are the disposable gloves. We are asking that you do not wear your day-to-day safety gloves when you're doing and using this product. The goggles or clear face shields. Because the sprayer puts out a fine mist and the spray could be up to 6 to 10 feet in some situations, the goggles are the most appropriate form of eye protection. We ask that you wear the appropriate footwear. The fogger is going to give off a spray or a mist, so the floor may become slippery. So we want to have the appropriate shoes on when we're disinfecting. And also respiratory protection. The applications that we are currently using do not require us to use a respirator, but when they do, we must follow the safety manual. All workers that are required to use PPE must be trained. We have trained our workers. We have a face mask video that can be found on the HSC intranet for a review. The training video includes how to properly don and doff our PPE and how to properly dispose or disinfect, inspect for damage, and maintain our PPE. Any SDS sheets that require workers to wear a respirator must notify the safety department. And once again, our respirators will follow the HSC respiratory program found in the HSC safety manual. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for participating in the training today. Unfortunately, it's not a live training, so if you have any questions or concerns, please contact Brian Hammond or myself or anyone on the safety team. Thank you.